O mighty Lady, our leading, to have at heaven our abiding, and to the feast everlasting, he set a prince us to bring. He won this with bliss, the blessing of God for your good a-bearing, where he been for your winning, since queen, and your son is king. We seen the bricht queen with cunning and bliss the blossom fruit bearing. He would, as old as I sing, win your love on your loving.
Sole as I stood late towards the night, the sun beholding how it went to rest, a griffith came flying fair in my sight from the mountains of Wales by southwest, and direct over me as he came expressed, before me he let fall suddenly this heavy and lamentable epitaphy. Farewell England, farewell Wales, I take my leave now at this tide. Farewell Calais and English pales, farewell King Henry, I may not abide, death hath me lanced into the side. Farewell knighthood, farewell chivalry of the courteous court, farewell good company. To my old master now will I be gone, Prince Arthur, with him still to abide. It slacketh my sorrows to think upon, my chance is to lie so nigh to his side. What should I more wish in this world wide, but in rest perpetual to make merry with that noble prince in eternal glory.
Ye British poets repeat in royal song, with weighty words used in King Arthur's days, the imperial stock from whence your queen hath sprung. Install in verse your princess' lasting praise. Pencerthiaid play on ancient harp and cloud, at Gainiaid sing her praises piercing loud. Let hills and rocks rebounding echoes yield of Queen Elizabeth's long-lasting fame. Let woody groves and watery streams be filled, and creeks and caves with sounding of the same. O Cambria, stretch and strain thy utmost breath to praise and pray for Queen Elizabeth.
I speak for those whose tongues are strange to thee, in thine own tongue. If my words be unfit, that blame be mine. But if Wales better be by my disgrace, I hold that grace to me.
'Twas a tough task, believe it, thus to tame a wild and wealthy language, and to frame grammatic toils to curb her, so that she now speaks by rules and sings by prosody. Such is the strength of art rough things to shape, and of rude commons rich enclosures make. Doubtless much oil and labour went to couch into methodic rules the rugged Dutch. The rabbis pass my reach, but judge I can something of Clenard and Quintilian. And for those modern dames, I find they three are only lops cut from the Latian tree. And easy 'twas to square them into parts, the tree itself so blossoming with arts. I have been shown for Irish and Bascuence imperfect rules couched in an accidence, but I find none of these can take the start of Davis, or that prove more men of art, who in exacter method and short way the idioms of a language do display. This is the tongue the bards sung in of old, and Druids their dark knowledge did unfold. Merlin in this his prophecies did vent, which through the world of fame bear such extent. This spoke that son of Mars and Britain bold, who first among Christian worthies is enrolled. This Brennus, who to his desire and glut the mistress of the world did prostitute. This Arviragus and brave Catarac, soul free when all the world was on Rome's rack. This Lucius, who on angels' wings did soar to Rome, and would wear diadem no more. And 1,000 heroes more, which, should I tell, this new year 'New Year' 's 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 '
There were 3 jovial Welshmen, as I have heard men say, and they would go a-hunting upon St. David's Day. All the day they hunted, and nothing could they find but a ship a-sailing with a wind. One said it was a ship, the other he said nay. The third said it was a house with a chimney blown away. And all the night they hunted, and nothing could they find but the moon a-gliding with a wind. One said it was the moon, the other he said nay. The third said it was a cheese, and half of it cut away. And all the day they hunted, and nothing could they find but a hedgehog in a bramble bush, and that they left behind. The first said it was a hedgehog, the second he said nay. The third said it was a pincushion, and the pin stuck in wrong way. And all the night they hunted, and nothing could they find but a hare in a turnip field, and that they left behind. The first said it was a hare, the second he said nay. The third said it was a calf, and the cow had run away. And all the day they hunted, and nothing could they find but an owl in a holly tree, and that they left behind. One said it was an owl, the other he said nay. The third said 'twas an old man, and his beard growing grey.
When first thou didst entice to thee my heart, I thought the service brave. So many joys I writ down for my part, besides what I might have out of my stock of natural delights, augmented with thy gracious benefits. I looked on thy furniture so fine, and made it fine to me. Thy glorious household stuffs did me entwine, and tice me unto thee. Such stars I counted mine. Both heaven and earth paid me my wages in a world of mirth. What pleasures could I want? Whose king I served, where joys my fellows were? Thus argued into hopes, my thoughts reserved no place for grief or fear. Therefore my sudden soul caught at the place, and made her youth and fierceness seek thy face. At first thou gavest me milk and sweetnesses, I had my wish and way. My days were strawed with flowers and happiness, there was no month but May. But with my years sorrow did twist and grow, and made a party unawares for woe. My flesh began, unto my soul in pain. Sicknesses cleave my bones, consuming agues dwell in every vein, and tune my breath to groans. Sorrow was all my soul. I scarce believed, till grief did tell me roundly that I lived. When I got health, thou took'st away my life, and more, for my friends die. My mirth and edge was lost. A blunted knife was of more use than I. Thus, thin and lean, without a fence or friend, I was blown through with every storm and wind. Whereas my birth and spirit rather took the way that takes the town, thou didst betray me to a lingering book, and wrap me in a gown. I was entangled in the world of strife before I had the power to change my life. Yet, for I threatened oft the seas to raise, not simpering all mine age, thou often didst with academic praise melt and dissolve my rage. I took thy sweetened pill, till I came where I could not go away, nor persevere. Yet, lest perchance I should too happy be in my unhappiness, turning my purge to food, thou throwest me into more sicknesses. Thus doth thy power cross-bias me, not making thine own gift good, yet me from my ways taking. Now I am here. What thou wilt do with me, none of my books will show. I read and sigh, and wish I were a tree, for sure then I should grow to fruit or shade. At least some bird would trust her household to me, and I should be just. Yet, though thou troublest me, I must be meek, in weakness must be stout. Well, I will change the service, and go seek some other master out. Ah, my dear God, though I am clean forgot, let me not love thee, if I love thee not.
I struck the board and cried, no more, I will abroad. What, shall I ever sigh and pine? My lines and life are free, free as the road, loose as the wind, as large as store. Shall I be still in suit? Have I no harvest but a thorn to let me blood, and not restore what I have lost with cordial fruit? Sure there was wine before my sighs did dry it, there was corn before my tears did drown it. Is the year only lost to me? Have I no bays to crown it? No flowers, no garlands gay, all blasted, all wasted? Not so, my heart, but there is fruit, and thou hast hands. Recover all thy sigh-blown age on double pleasures. Leave thy cold dispute of what is fit and not. Forsake thy cage, thy rope of sands, which petty thoughts have made, and made to thee good cable to enforce, and draw, and be thy law, while thou didst wink and wouldst not see. Away, take heed, I will abroad. Call in thy death's head there, tie up thy fears. He that forbears to suit and serve his need deserves his load. But as I raved and grew more fierce and wild at every word, methought I heard one calling, child, and I replied, my lord.
Let foreign nations of their language boast, what fine variety each tongue affords. I like our language, as our men and coast. Who cannot dress it well want wit, not words. How neatly do we give one only name to parents' issue, and the sun's bright star. A sun is light and fruit, a fruitful flame chasing the father's dimness, carried far from the first man in the east to fresh and new western discoveries of posterity. So, in one word, our Lord's humility we turn upon him in a sense most true. For what Christ once in humbleness began, we him in glory call the Son of Man.
O sacred Providence, who from end to end strongly and sweetly movest, shall I write and not of thee, through whom my fingers bend to hold my quill? Shall they not do thee right? Of all the creatures both in sea and land, only to man thou hast made known thy ways, and put the pen alone into his hand, and made him secretary of thy praise. Beasts fain would sing, birds ditty to their notes, trees would be tuning on their native lute to thy renown. But all their hands and throats are brought to man, while they are lame and mute. Man is the world's high priest. He doth present the sacrifice for all, while they below unto the service mutter an assent, such as springs use that fall, and winds that blow. He that to praise and laud thee doth not refrain unto himself alone, but robs 1,000, who would praise thee fain, and doth commit the world of sin in one. The beasts say, eat me, but if beasts must teach, the tongue is yours to eat, but mine to praise. The trees say, pull me, but the hand you stretch is mine to write, as it is yours to raise. Wherefore, most sacred Spirit, I here present, for me and all my fellows, praise to thee. And just it is that I should pay the rent, because the benefit accrues to me.
Prayer, the church's banquet, angels' age, God's breath in man returning to his birth, the soul in paraphrase, heart in pilgrimage, the Christian plummet sounding heaven and earth, engine against the Almighty, sinner's tower, reversed thunder, Christ's side-piercing spear, the 6 days' world transposing in an hour, a kind of tune which all things hear and fear, softness and peace and joy and love and bliss, exalted manner, gladness of the best, heaven in ordinary, man well dressed, the Milky Way, the bird of paradise, church bells beyond the stars heard, the soul's blood, the land of spices, something understood.
The harbingers are come. See, see their mark. White is their colour, and behold my head. But must they have my brain? Must they disspark those sparkling notions which therein were bred? Must dullness turn me to a clod? Yet have they left me, thou art still my God. Good men ye be to leave me my best room, even all my heart, and what is lodged there. I pass not I, what of the rest become, so thou art still my God, be out of fear. He will be pleased with that ditty, and if I please him, I write fine and witty. Farewell, sweet phrases, lovely metaphors, but will he leave me thus? When he before of stews and brothels only knew the doors? Then I did wash you with my tears, and more, brought you to church well dressed and clad. My God must have my best, even all I had. Lovely enchanting language, sugar cane, honey of roses, whither wilt thou fly? Hath some fond lover ticed thee to thy bane, and wilt thou leave the church and lovers die? Fie, thou wilt soil thy broidered coat, and hurt thyself and him that sings the note. Let foolish lovers, if they will love dung, with canvas, not with arras, clothe their shame. Let folly speak in her own native tongue. True beauty dwells on high. Ours is a flame but borrowed thence to light us thither. Beauty and beauteous words should go together. Yet if you go, I pass not. Take your way, for thou art still my God, is all that he, perhaps with more embellishment, can say. Go, birds of spring, let winter have his fee, let a bleak paleness chalk the door, so all within be livelier than before.
I joy, dear mother, when I view thy perfect lineaments and hue, both sweet and bright. Beauty in thee takes up her place, and dates her letters from thy face, when she doth write. A fine aspect and fit array, neither too mean nor yet too gay, shows who is best. Outlandish looks may not compare, for all they either painted are, or else undressed. She on the hills, which wantonly alludeth all in hope to be by her preferred, hath kissed so long her painted shrines, that even her face by kissing shines for her reward. She in the valley is so shy of dressing, that her hair doth lie about her ears. While she avoids her neighbour's pride, she wholly goes on the other side, and nothing wears. But dearest mother, what those miss, the mean, thy praise and glory is, and long may be. Blessed be God, whose love it was, to double meet thee with his grace, and none but thee.
Brave Huguenots, stiff Mordecais, stout Lollards, you stood fast, a glanna your Gelunian wyrdd, that scorned the Romish blast. These nations drank the health of Rome, long till their wits were drowned, and then a cup of their own blood must pass the table round. O Paris, Rockle, and French saints, O Freeland sobbing deep, pale Germany that lost her blood, and now doth Britain weep. Our British climate was so cold, souls frozen were to death. We were for want of light and zeal a barren, tedious heath. Our northeast cut to India's mines, I mean to heavenly gold. We missed it, summer was so short, and winter was so cold. Our king, queen, prince, and prelates high, their merry Christmas spent with brawny hearts, when yet their dogs could Lazarus lament. Our Reformation mangled was, our blossomed truths were ripped as errors and as heresies, our Christian freedom clipped. O floody tears and bloody showers, how long yet will you last? When shall we once for joy forget the deaths and murders past? Seven-headed beast, how long wilt thou our lives thus crush and wrong? Poor wintered hearts, lean barren souls, when shall we see the spring? The just judge sent us blessed news by Peter, Paul, and John, that winter shall not always last. Now pleasant spring, come on.
Come, wisdom sweet, my spirit meet, for at thy feet I fall. O chiefest thing, my wealth, my wing, my rest, my ring, my all. My love, my light, my song, my sight, my bread, my bright eternal one. He doth not cease to give increase with peace and ease in one. Sin, death, and Satan, crabbed foes, are kings of woes and wrath. As wind, fire, brimstone join in one, our Christ all conquered hath. O drymed cri awneuthym ni pe basiti o ddiw, heb ladd y tri at laddodd di, un llwyddo ni I fyw.
Awake, O Lord, awake thy saints, unite them all in one, and use them now against thy foes. Lord, take thy sling and stone. Let Wales and England roused be. O churches, sleep no more, and be not drunk with wealth or wrath. Hark how the nations roar. Holland begins to pledge you all, and sips the wrathful cup, and peace with them you shall not make, lest you with Ahab sup. Now wanton France is in a trance, the English dance they find. They seek themselves, they mind not Christ, but Christ himself doth mind. Woe is to Europe, now the day approacheth very nigh, of plague, flame, sword, and hailstones great. Woe, Europe, blind and high.